A lot of people are worried about gold confiscation.
This is my point of view on that whole thing.
Is the government coming for your gold? Let's talk about this. How you doing, everybody? Welcome to Empire Precious Metals. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you blast that subscribe button and get the bell notification clicked. That way you get updated with any new content. Today I wanted to talk about gold confiscation. I've talked about this multiple times on this channel. Before I give you my thoughts, I do have a quick segment with my friend Steve, the owner of US Coin Trust in OAKHURST, New Jersey. Please make sure that you check him out. But we are going to talk to Steve to see what his thoughts are on gold confiscation, and then I'm going to let you know what I think about it as soon as we come back.
So the other thing I wanted to talk to you about, going back to these, a lot of people in the second community, they are always fearful of the government. A lot of people are worried about gold confiscation. Why are these so sought after as opposed to, you know, like your regular, you know, bullion grade stuff? Like, what is it? What's the benefit of having these pre-33 gold coins?
So during the first confiscation of gold in 1933, you were allowed to keep your gold if it was a collectible or a numismatic gold. So that's what the thought is now. They're like, if it's a numismatic gold, they allowed you to keep it back then, they're going to allow you to keep it now. This is my point of view on that whole thing. I think it's never going to happen. The reason I'm telling you is because they're not going to go to a gold back whatever, because they're not going to put a limit on how much they can spend.
Right.
They're just not going to do it. We're so far in debt. There's not enough gold in the world to cover the debt right now.
31 trillion in
so
gold.
If they, fine. So if they, let's just say every country in the world defaulted and we went to a world currency, which is actually what I think is going to happen, but they're not going to back that with gold. Again, because they're not going to put a limit on how much they can spend.
Right.
If you have gold, it's going to limit how much you can spend. The other reason that you have to think about something is this. We were deep in the throes of the Depression, and the government didn't have a way to stimulate the economy, just like we just saw happen, right? They couldn't do it because we were on a gold standard, right? We couldn't print money to put it in to stimulate the economy because we were on a gold, so we already had the paper printed for what we had.
Right.
So their bright idea said, let's take the gold so we could print more money and stimulate the economy. It worked. So that's the reason that they took the gold.
Right.
They're not going to do that again.
Right.
They're definitely not going to do that. That would be insane.
Right. And that's
the
why
governments are too greedy for
Nixon
that.
took us off the gold standard.
Yeah, because we did that because then the sky's the limit.
Right. And so the other thing too that I would argue, because again, like the people who have the mindset like, oh, these are collectibles, they're not, you know, it's not gold. I mean, they're always saying the government can do what they want. Then my point is, okay, if you think that way, then why can't the government just say all gold? And do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I think personally, it's like flawed thinking, flawed logic.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to label it. You know what I mean? I definitely understand that it happened once. Why wouldn't it happen again?
Yeah.
That all makes sense to me. But I just personally,
so
they're not going to put a limit on their spending.
And then at the same time too, like with the same kind of thought process, like what about jewelry? I don't know if you know enough about this, because I haven't looked into it, but I know that a lot of foreign countries, right, outside the United States, I know a lot of people have, you know, gold is like a big part of their culture. Yeah. But I know a lot of people, they'll wear all of that gold, and I think, isn't there like a law, like if you're traveling internationally, if you have 10,000 or more in gold bullion coins, you have to declare it. But if it's jewelry, you don't.
It depends on what country. And I know that one of my clients is Polish, and he said the reason he buys 24 karat buffaloes is because there's no taxes on that.
Okay.
So apparently on 22 karat there is.
Right.
Or less, obviously.
So it just depends. The law is different from country to country.
Country to country on that one.
Okay.
At least that's what I'm led to believe.
Right.
And I don't know the answer to that.
Right. All right, cool. Well, I'm just going to walk out of here with the MS-62 regardless.
Yeah, sure.
And no, I appreciate the time, buddy. I know you got a lot going on.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I'm anxious to get going here. I got a lot going on this
I know. You're very jittery.
Yeah.
I'll see you on the next one, bud.
All right, be good, guys.
Steve believes that there isn't going to be a gold confiscation. I also think the same. I do not think there's going to be a gold confiscation. I think the amount of manpower and what the government would need to do in order to confiscate gold would be an extreme logistical nightmare. There's so many other things that the government needs to worry about than going door to door, trying to get your gold. A lot of people think that the government's going to come door to door at gunpoint seizing gold. I've seen comments like that. I wish I had saved them, but I have seen some insane stuff within the stacking community talking about gold confiscation. But some people think that the government's going to come door to door, kick the door down. That's why they want to do all of their deals in person, in cash, so that way the government isn't tracking their gold purchases. That is not going to happen. If you think that way, then fine, build up your barricades and arm yourself to the teeth and get your grenades ready, but the government isn't coming to your house to try to seize your gold. So now when it comes to the gold numismatic coins like these slabbed and graded gold coins, I buy these not because I think of gold confiscation. I buy them because they have that numismatic edge. There's a collectability to them. These have a higher premium, but I buy them because they are essentially a collectible. And I've said so many times on this channel, never put your eggs in one basket. It's important for you to not only just stack silver, to stack gold, but within those two metals to stack a variety of different types. It's not just stacking bullion, it's stacking numismatics, semi-numismatics. Dare I say, I mean, I don't stack this stuff for silver, but junk constitutional silver. But when it comes to gold, I do have the majority of my gold holdings in just like the pure bullion, the newer gold, the semi-numismatic gold, some of the collectible gold with very low mintages. But when it comes to like gold like this, I buy it not because I think that we're going to have a confiscation. I buy it because of the collectability and the potential resale down the line. But when it comes to gold confiscation, I am curious as to what your thoughts are. Do you think that the government is going to come door to door trying to seize your gold? Or do you think that is a lot of nonsense that a lot of people like to say within the stacking community? Let me know in the comments down below. And also, do you stack this stuff? And if so, what's your favorite slabbed gold coin? Let me know in the comments down below.